Who are we? We're Advanced Metal Fabrication and Machining. We do small projects, we do big projects. But the day Bobby showed up with a truckload of Humvees,
check out what I got.
our lives changed.
This is a military Humvee.
Better or worse, I do not know. All right, I'm gonna introduce you to all my guys. Over here is Ben. He's one of my fabricator guys. He's a good welder. What we built here is a bunch of Tacoma camper tops. And so he's over here set up right now doing a bunch of TIG welding for all that kind of stuff. He's a good TIG welder. These guys over here, this is Sean and Conrad. Sean's been with me for, I don't know, 8 years or so.
When did I engrave these?
And then there's Frank.
That's what I'm trying to figure out here.
Frank is a very entertaining guy.
I got a camera in my face and can't think.
But he's also a really good machinist.
So I'm gonna ID chuck on this,
Yes?
turn the OD,
Right on.
face it, turn the inside, thread it halfway, engrave it, put some holes on the outside.
All after it's been heat treated.
All after it's been heat treated. Isn't that exciting? Later I'll be doing this. Ah, that's why I wear a hat.
And then we got Jacob here, he runs our laser. I remember how we were too long by that 70 thousandths or whatever to fit it, and they were supposed to make some changes.
Oh, I opened it back up and
It fits now?
it fits now.
Okay. He does all the laser programming, all laser flat pattern cutting and stuff like that. This particular machine, we can cut up to 3/4 inch steel. We can cut up to 1/4 inch stainless and 1/4 inch aluminum. You know, Jacob, we throw a lot of projects at him. He gets real busy. We bother him a lot. He's a good guy. And then there's Wuss, he's our shop bird. Great at making messes. And that's about it. So now what do? I need more drawings. I need more parts. I was born and raised in the shop. I know how to run all the equipment. I know how to program equipment. I know how to fix equipment.
Like even if I pulled it out?
Oh yeah, he might have to pull it in a little bit here. I basically can fill in the blank whenever a blank comes up.
I can see that that needs to be timed, but does it need to be through?
I would say no on that.
I would say no either.
Not with only one thread.
Now that you've gotten to know our shop, it's time to get on with this Humvee.
You think that's a big project?
It is.
I mean,
It's a lot of work.
This is pretty nice to start out with, though.
Bobby wants us to build this Humvee for his wife. She's not gonna want a military Humvee. So we're gonna remove all these turn signals and funny lights and things like that and clean this thing up.
Yeah, that's the before. That's what a Humvee looks like, but these won't go on because that's sticking up so high that that's where it would go over.
Well, the test pieces fit very well, so let's go ahead and get some more made. Oh, perfect, thank you. All right, so we'll bend them up. A little extra love. That one goes here, and that'll fit there. And then this one here sits here. Something like that. So Jared and I have been working on this roof design for this Humvee. It's time to get Bobby in here and take a look.
A lot in here, but there are some issues we've had to address.
Hey, Dale. How's it going, Jared?
Good, Bob, how are you?
Good. I could not wait to get over here and see what you guys have.
We were just trying to look at it, so you just showed up just in time.
It's coming along pretty well. We've got the main rooftop here and the wagon back and the sides for the wagon back. We even have the lift gate in the back put in there so far. So it's looking pretty good.
Now, can you zoom in on one of those intersecting points, like right in this area, so we can kind of see how that joint kind of matches up and everything?
Absolutely.
You got your drip rail in there, it looks like. You got room for the gasket. You got the room for the gasket, I see. That's good.
Sealing it up is good.
And it is interesting because we found that the Humvee, the dimensions of the Humvee, from the A pillar, B pillar to C pillar aren't exactly all in line with each other, so we've had to make some.
It's not the perfect vehicle.
Why am I not surprised?
But we've been able to design around that, so it hasn't been too big of a deal.
So why is it in different segments like this? Why is it not just one piece?
Well, we thought that it would be best if the front could basically stay the same no matter what, but the back depending on whether or not you want a wagon back or a slant back, you know, those can be removed. So
Well, the bigger factor is the fact that you can't get a piece of material that big.
Oh,
That's the biggest factor.
all the behind-the-scenes computer work that goes into designing a part is very time-consuming, but I'm not sure about his wheel design. Those things kind of look like Lincoln logs or blocks or something like that. But I figure I'll bring that up to him later. So this is interchangeable then. This section can be used no matter what top
Use on its own.
we want to put on it. So if we want to make a slant back or whatever, we can just
Pickup, you can make a 4-door pickup out of it. You can make the wagon back, or you make a slant back. You can, yeah.
yeah, we've even basically made our own C-pillar, kind of replaces the C-pillar on the Humvee, which makes it much more structurally sound.
Like the one you brought in, it's a 2-door, so it does not have a C-pillar. So
Right.
we actually looked on the internet to see what it would take to buy a C-pillar. Well, they're hard to come by and they're fairly expensive. And then when we found the one that we found it did have a C-pillar on it, it was pretty flimsy, which is obviously some people are looking for roll protection on it, and that C-pillar that comes with the Humvee is not roll protection. So we decided to make one out of steel, and also we made some changes in it so it actually fits up to our top better. So basically our top requires our C-pillar, but now you've got a little bit of roll protection in there where the aluminum one in the past didn't do that.
That's amazing. Not that I think my wife's going to roll it in the school parking lot. However,
If we're gonna design something, let's just make it right.
if I'm going to drive it, then that's going to be an important feature that it needs to have.
What we would do after this is we would come up with all the flat patterns of all these sheet metal parts that we've designed. We would send them out to our laser. The laser's going to do the profile cuts and all that kind of stuff. We'll inspect all that stuff. Then from there it goes to a press brake. We'll do all the bending, and then we'll go to a weld shop, do a little bit of welding on it, which is not much, do a little bit of welding on it, and then we'll come over and we'll test fit it on the vehicle, and hopefully everything fits.
So you don't have anybody standing around with a grinder and a cutoff wheel making these parts.
Not in this shop.
Now this is precision metal work here.
That's why I brought it to you.
If we've drawn the Humvee up correctly, and all this stuff comes around, everything will fit just fine.
That looks awesome.
Okay?
Let's go build it.
So we got the approval for the roof design, which comes with a few issues. So our bed is only about a 5 foot by 10 foot, and we're trying to run a 6 foot by 10 foot sheet through the machine. But we were just working on how we're programming this sheet, because this is even bigger than the Tacoma bed camper shell thing.
So you gotta do a shift on it?
We have, the sheet already is a 16th small, so we're already gonna have to shave a 16th. We're taking it off this back end.
Yeah, you can't take it off the front.
We're not taking it off the front, we're gonna take it off the back.
Right.
So it's already gonna be a 16th smaller there than the 72 inches.
So you're gonna just profile one side, and then you're gonna shift the sheet and profile the other
No, we
side.
gotta rotate the sheet, and we're gonna bank right back against the stops. They're brand new stops, freshly cut, so they all should be good.
So I'm gonna have to rotate the part after I cut half of it to finish cutting the other half.
So the important part is making sure it's perfectly lined up on the bed when you do your first cut and your second cut. Otherwise, no fitty.
All right, here it goes.
Good to go. We'll see if he programmed it right and see if everything lines up when he's all done. That's the moment of truth. So if Jacob's off, if the programs don't line up and he's done something wrong, what'll happen is when you run the second half of the program, it's not gonna match up with the first half of the program. And then we end up with a big piece of scrap metal, but we'll actually use it for something else, smaller. Looks perfect. Jacob did a great job. Alrighty. They cut like butter. Great job, Jacob.
Well, Jared working on this roof. We've got Dan out in the shop working on the floor. We've done a plate that goes on the subfloor that makes it all nice and flat. Should be really nice.
factory seat is very uncomfortable. So we're gonna put a seat pan in that lets you put in any kind of seat, but most importantly, comfort. So it's just as easy as following the prints and bending everything correctly. Ah, perfect.
Oh, it's over.
And then checking and fixing it again. Ah. All right. Last time. Do we have to show all the mistakes? Oh, come on. There we go. There, it looks like the drawing. Let's go see if it fits. So somehow this goes in here. Well, like this. Is there a missing part? He's missing a part. I need 2 of these. They only gave me 1. I need to get 1 more of these. Missing a part.
Looks good. I like the way it all came out nice and flat after you put that metal down first. Everything looks like fitting pretty good and tight here, and also you got to trim some here. We're gonna, you know,
All right, I got
put some stuff here to cover that. Oh,
seat pan and seat. This is
cool.
for the back, right?
It's all welded up and everything. Okay.
Yep.
Should we fit it?
Yeah.
Let's try it in there. Let me give you a hand. I'll grab that back. Let me get the carpet out of the way.
Wow, this is amazing.
Oh,
Bob.
Bobby.
Holy cow. Well, I had some time, so I thought I'd come in and see what's going on with the teardown of the Humvee. Little did I know, Jesse already had the seat base mocked up. That's our first seat, huh?
First prototype seat pan and seat.
Wuss was going crazy. I have never heard him screaming like that before. I was waiting for that bird to fly out the door and attack somebody, even though he doesn't fly.
You want to sit in there?
Yeah, let me get in there and we'll see how that goes. The stock seats in a Humvee are absolutely horrible. Anything will be an improvement. All right, I think my dad would love this because his seat is always pointed straight up. Is there any more room to lay this back?
You got some room. So go ahead and lean back and just, I'll tell you when you're going to hit. You're starting to hit a little bit right there, but keep going, keep going.
That's pretty comfy. That's better.
And from the when I glanced over the side, it looks like the seat can go to the right a little bit too. Let me jump in there.
Yeah, why don't you jump in there? Because I'm great for testing kids.
You're a different height than I am.
guy.
Yeah. We need a Dale factor here.
I think he needs to go back.
Yeah, I think you do need to go back too.
Yeah, that's much more comfortable, yeah.
Oh, that's gonna
We're
be
even
great.
going to make it so there's a drawer that's inside of it that we can pull out and you can store all your gear underneath the seat.
Underneath here?
Yeah, we're going to be putting a drawer, slide drawer, that pulls out and it accesses
You
all
can
the
keep your
stuff
toe
underneath.
strap, maybe your jump cables.
So all that space is gonna be a drawer?
Yeah.
Sweet. We've made a couple changes already, and this Humvee's coming together. It's already getting so much more comfortable. You could make patio furniture.
Who wants to make patio furniture?
I would sit in that. Better than those wicker things that
Oh,
always...
you want to sit this as a patio furniture?
Yeah.
I see.
You know, you get 4 of these around.
Yeah? Around the campfire?
That'd be pretty good. Let's face it, everybody needs some comfortable patio furniture. Good.
But we got a bunch of other parts made.
Whoa! All right, guys, what are we doing today? Let's get started on something.
We're going to get these changes to Jared. Should be an easy fix, and I'm going to get back on the roof. We're making some tooling up so that when we go form our big radius, our Humvee tops, that we can do it in one hit, and it gives us a really nice, smooth, clean hit when we do it. It takes a lot of setting up to do to get this machine ready.
To do this kind of stuff, you need some special tooling. We've taken a really heavy piece of material here and we put a whole bunch of small little bends in it to create this nice smooth arc. That's going to allow us to make a nice smooth radius on these hardtops. We could actually do this to the roof itself, make all these small bends, but it wouldn't look as good. So we make a tool that actually allows us to do it in one hit, and the final product looks really good, which is great for production.
So we're going to be taking the tooling here that we've bent up, and we're going to be welding on a tongue that we will line up perfectly down the center of the radius so that we can put this into our machine and bend some parts. So what we have to do here is there's this line right here is it's between 10 and 11. We got
That one in the middle right there?
We got to line that scribe line up with it.
Okay. Okay, my side's good. I took welding in high school, you know. Hey, I am not only an amazing dentist, but I am an amazing welder with my eyes closed.
That work?
Is that good? Can I get some welding gloves? I'm a dentist, I have to protect my hands. All right, imagine you're at the dentist and he's getting ready to put his gloves on and shove them in your mouth and they're covered with all this black stuff stained in his fingers, around his fingernails. That would be disgusting.
For us to prevent the roof from getting much damage and lots of scratches and stuff, we have to prepare the tool so that it's smooth. It takes a little bit of extra time, but got a great product in the end. So that's tooling 101. Now you know how to make a tool to bend a roof.
This stuff's getting easier, is that what it is? Everything else after this week, it should be easier.
So now with the tool done and our part laser cut, it's time to go form this roof.
We have to put bends in certain orders or else they will crash into the machine.
Okay.
So first we're going to be doing the drip edges.
You have the next bend right behind it?
Yep.
You make sure you're straight up in the back and you're not hitting that back gauge funny. You're getting to be quite a frustrated guy, aren't you?
Next up is the tooling that makes this roof different. It puts the radius in the sides.
Now that the two halves are complete, you can see how they fit together to form the roof. You'll put just one in there or put one on each side? One on each side.
Whose curtains are these?
It's actually Cordura. We use it for protecting our material when forming. It's pretty strong fabric.
For pressing Humvee tops?
It's not what it's for, it's what we use it for.
They make backpacks and
Material that you don't want to tear. Anything heavy duty.
And they're telling me they're gonna take an old pair of curtains, slide them in between those two pieces of metal, smash them with 80 tons, and it's not gonna scratch anything? I still don't get it. First one.
as long as nobody laughs at us, we're okay. I could probably come this way a hair. How much could you give me?
I'll give you a quarter.
Oh, a quarter, wow. Okay, that's probably better. That's good. Okay, coming up.
Buck number one coming
Everybody
in.
lift, everybody lift.
Dale builds parts like this all the time, so to him it's really no big deal. But to me, it's super exciting to see these parts finally starting to take shape.
How are we looking, Jeff?
Because it's going to be such an improvement on the Humvee to have a hard top and eventually some doors.
So we did the first bend, we hit it twice, overbent it.
It's because we bent it twice.
The next time we're gonna bend it once and it's gonna come out great.
Looking good. Oh, it caught the lip just perfect. Much better. Now let's go see how it fits.
All right, here we go. First top's going on.
Moment of truth.
I hope that brake worked. Wow, that looks great. Oh, it lines up perfect. Look at all those holes.
Yeah. It actually sucks down nice and tight.
I think it's gonna work.
I think so.
Oh, that was a lot of work.
A lot of work. I just got here a couple hours ago.
We better make a bunch of them.
Yeah, we're gonna make a bunch of them, that's for sure. That's good.
I'll keep you in the shade.
What an amazing piece. This truck is really starting to come along.
You guys ready to check the seats?
Yeah, we haven't put a seat in. Let's put it in with the top, see how it looks. So you guys adjusted the seat base.
Yeah.
It's all good now.
Number 3.
Number 3. All right, get in there, Jesse. Oh, that looks pretty comfy.
Oh, let's go for a ride.
Now say something like, can we get an ice cream cone? That way we can see how it would work for kids.
I could drive from back here.
That'd be pretty awesome. People
Let's
drive
just
by,
get a
wouldn't be
steering
anybody
wheel
in the driver's seat.
extension.
Why does that sound fun? Looks good. I like it. Let's go have some lunch.
I haven't eaten yet.
I haven't either. Let's go.
I've been all work, no play.
So far, we've built a roof, a C-pillar, a seat base. I don't know what else we've built, but the reality is nobody stops to eat around here, and I'm hungry, so I'm going to eat. See ya.